If we were guys, no, we're guys, sorry.
Bro, side chicks in Zimbabwe, they call them small houses. She would rather not be a girlfriend. She would choose to be a side chick.
Would you like to be a side husband?
What are the benefits? When you say 5 or 10 minutes, is that how long it takes? Okay, never mind.
Probably. Most people have a secret link, and it's usually an ex.
I would really love to have a daughter. Are you in any way insinuating that women are problematic?
No, I'm just trying to say when they come together, that's when they become...
It's not about having 3, 4, 5 wives. Yeah, obviously you can have that, but how do you intend to build that family?
Relationships are for very hardworking people. So in case you're watching this and you need a very supportive husband, please, the number to call is 05.
Things happen and people have different opinions about the things that happen, and it gets us wondering, like, what informs people's decisions?
Yeah.
Like, how did they get to the point of thinking like that? Is it their background? Is it influenced by other people? Is it influenced by influencers? Well, what exactly? Like, cause
is it culture? Is it the way the society has been, you know, like framed, nurtured? Is it their backgrounds? What exactly is it?
I'm going to start off with something that's pretty much random, as always, right?
So Mr. Random, right? And guess what? Mr. Random chose a very random location. Just look at where we are.
Yeah, the location is...
Of all the places in the world, see where he chose a random place.
It's random, but it's really good as well. Trust me, the view up here is amazing.
Randomly beautiful.
Randomly beautiful. So, about this, these opinions that people have, right? Recently, I was talking to someone, and then I was asking her if she had a boyfriend, and she said no, that she's been single for like 3 years or something like that, and that she would rather not be a girlfriend. She would choose to be a side chick.
Whoa, interesting.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how to take that, so I questioned her, like, okay, well, so what informed this thing? Like, why would you rather be a side chick than a main girlfriend? And she was like, because as a side chick, you don't have much pressure on you, right? That you can be a side to many people, and none of them can lay a claim on you because, hey, you're just a side. Like, even if you offend that guy, he can't really do much because, hey, you're just a side. Like, you have the main chick, and he's gonna be afraid of main chick knowing, because, you know, he really loves, in quotes, the main chick, and she's just a side. So what do you think informs such things?
Wow, interesting. What a line of thoughts.
What do you think informs such comments, such ideologies?
Well, first things first, I think relationships are for very hardworking people. Relationships are very like demanding. So only a lazy person would make such a comment. Yeah, because a side doesn't have to do the work. You're not expected to communicate 24/7. You only communicate when you need something. So lots of responsibilities that come up with relationships. This person has successfully avoided all of this, and it's just by the side, doing the side work. That's a beautiful job for a lazy person. So kudos to you out there.
Kudos to those that love to be side pieces.
Yeah, because relationship demand a lot of work. You know, like, you got to put in the work, the communication, the commitments, you know, keeping in touch, celebrating special days, going out of your way, sacrificing, compromising on a whole lot of things. And this person, like, avoids all of that. In the words of our very past president, she belongs to none and she belongs to everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's President Muhammad Buhari. He was like, I belong to nobody.
No one. Yes, nobody.
And then
I also belong to everyone.
Yeah, that was what he said. And but it's interesting though, because I was trying to make an analogy here, comparing it to football players. You know, the guys that always at the starting 11, they have so much pressure on them during the training, right? So when they're training, they have so much pressure on them because they know they're going to play in every game.
Those are the main performers in every game. Big games, small games, and all of that.
Yeah, but those guys are always on the bench. The substitutes.
When the main players are tired,
yeah.
and it's like we need a substitute for like 5 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that's where they come into the play.
When you say 5 or 10 minutes, is that how long it takes? Okay, never mind.
Probably. I don't know what he was about to say, but probably.
When you say 5 or 10 minutes, does it? Okay, no comment.
So I guess that's actually the role of, just like the football analogy, that's the role of the side chicks, you know, like the lonely nights, the 2 or 3 days trips where like someone needs like a small getaway. That's where the side chick comes into play. Yeah.
And you know, I learned a new word for like a side chick recently. There's this guy I always see on TikTok. His name is called Sneaky Link. I didn't know what Sneaky Link meant, right? I had no idea what Sneaky Link meant. I always saw it as, someone that is very sneaky, someone that gets things done in a very sneaky way, like cunning or stuff like that. Until one girl said, "Hey, do you know what Sneaky Link means?" I'm like, "No." She was like, "Wait, where are you from?" That it basically means that side guy, that side chick, right? So it's like when a guy has, or a girl has a relationship, she has a sneaky link. So and then I went on ChatGPT. I said, what's the sneaky link mean? So it's basically that person that you have in an affair with. ChatGPT said is usually physical, not emotional, right? And then you never make it public.
Yeah,
it's sneaky.
I think I've heard about that before.
A sneaky link.
Yeah, sneaky link. Yeah.
Wow.
And so, it's always, yeah, I've heard it before.
Damn, do you know anyone that has a sneaky link?
For me, no. But people, like you said, it's not publicly well known. But most people, especially recently, where a lot of morals and, you know, like when you talk about the standards of relationship, like they've really fallen over the, like recent years and all of that. Most people have a secret link, and it's usually an ex.
Okay, now that's now
one friend,
somewhere else.
One friend who is always so nice, and it's like, so sometimes when they get bored, they get stuck, they kind of like have this sneaky link where when they go back to, like, you know, back to their universities, an old city where they used to live in, you know, something that kind of like connects them back to their past. They have this sneaky link, and they just like, you know, breeze in and breeze out, just go do something, come back, and, you know.
So in your opinion, we shouldn't talk to our exes because they could become sneaky links?
There's a very high probability of that happening. Just imagine, okay, you're stuck in a room with your ex for, let's say, 1 hour.
Why would you be stuck in a room?
But I know a lot of things can happen in, you know, just 5 minutes, but let's just keep it at 1 hour. So the tension becomes stronger because you've had some things in the past that connect both of you that you shared together. So there is this link, there is this sneaky link that is so strong that when you look into the
5G
eyes,
connection,
when your eyes clock, you know, the pace of your heart begins to beat at the same frequency and vibration.
Hello, sir. What's going on?
Oh my goodness. So it's like Wi-Fi, you know? It kind of like rotates and rotates, and boom, there's a connection. That's where the sneaky link happens.
So does it mean that each time that we break up with our exes, or people break up with their exes, they should block them and never talk to them again? Because
that's a very good boundary to keep for sneaky links not to happen. They have a very like, these people know you. They know you in and out. They probably know a part of you that society doesn't know. Even your best friends don't know. So because they've seen all of that, like you in your best and ugly moments, the good, the bad, and the ugly, beautiful, whatever. So there's this access or remote control they have that other people don't have. So as long as they see you or have access to you, they have the right to press those buttons. And when they do, trust me, oh my goodness, you're gonna dance to their vibration.
Are we still talking about
Sneaky links.
because I don't understand this dancing to vibration. What's going on?
And anything can happen. Anything can happen. It can happen so fast you wouldn't even realize it happened. And once you're on, you would only find out once you're done. And it's like, oh, what just happened? Like, did we just?
Okay.
Back to Sneaky
Link. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know, we talk about that one crazy opinion that girl had, right? So, what about this Nigerian actor? I don't know. You know, everyone knows him. If you're Nigerian, you should probably know him. KOK, Kanayo, right?
Yeah, they will do good of sacrifice.
Oh, do good of sacrifice.
Nice.
He's always sacrificing people in Nigerian movies, always killing people. But I'm not saying he does that in real life, though. But yeah, he does that in movies. Okay, so there was this comment that he made. He said that Africans are trying really hard to adopt the Western culture, in the sense that one man, one woman. So he made a comment like that. He said that in Africa, we should stick to our culture, our tradition, which is one man to many, 2-3 women. So
is he sure there is enough to go around?
Yeah. well, I think if we were to get 2-3 women each, there'll still be some. I think the population of men to women are more than men in the world, right? The last time I checked, I need to check that again to confirm.
All right.
So, what do you think about that? Do you think Africans should have 2-3 wives?
Well, I would say culture is progressive. So are the people in this culture. Like we no longer live in the 70s, 80s. Like we far evolved as a people. Our mentality, our way of reasoning, education, technology, like name them. So I believe lots of what we call traditions should also like progressively evolve to actually suit the kind of world we live in. Back in those days, let's talk about the economical part before we diverse into other things. I think it was much easier back in those days to take care of 3 women, like a man, like my grandfather got married to 2 or 3 wives back in those days and all of that. So it was easier to keep a household of 15 kids, like 5 from each of the wives and all of that. They basically relied on farm work, and that was just that back in those days. But currently, because of this, this recession, singles are finding it very hard to survive, barely feed. So talk about even one man and one wife. That's hard. People no longer have 5 kids, 6 kids, and 7 kids. Maximum these days we have like 2 or 3. So it's hard. How would that kind of a family survive? 3 women and 1 husband. That's gonna be hard.
Maybe he's capable.
Whoa.
He's capable.
How?
But no, okay. I think I also think that if we actually to scrutinize the older generation, right? How many of those parents, those families that had like 2-3 wives, right? How many of them were able to actually bring up their kids in the right way?
Exactly.
Yeah. How many of them were able to do that?
Good education, good health care, provide for their basic needs and all of that. Like, how many of them were really successful at that?
Yeah, and going by the fact that back then the world wasn't really polarized, right? There was no media, there was no TikTok, there was no. So I think it was quite easier to pass down family values to the kids back then. It was easier, nothing to distract them, right? Yeah. So right now, if you end up having 2-3 wives and having like 10 children, 15 children,
oh my God,
all of them watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and or maybe some random shows like that.
How many TVs are you gonna have in your house?
Okay, so how do you get to pass down family values? Like, because everyone gets influenced by social media. So how do you tend to like keep them in a stable mind, give them the good morals that you intend to pass to your generation? It's gonna be, I think it's way harder now to do that.
It's hard.
it's way harder to do
It's
that.
so hard because back in those days, like families used to stay together. If I recall, these three wives probably lived in the same house. The kids shared the same bedroom and all of that. But these days, I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Two women in the same house.
Yo,
That's a big wahala.
It's
You know,
big
back in,
wahala.
back in Nigeria, we used to say like one woman is like double wahala. So imagine three women. That's like how many wahalas put together. You're gonna be solving problems every day. Your home is gonna look like a courtroom. You're gonna have a judge and a jury because it's gonna be a war zone, literally.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. Families don't spend so much time as they used to back in the past. The dad is busy grinding, hustling, trying to make ends meet. The mom is also trying to support the household. The kids follow whoever they deem fit or see is probably doing
on social
what they
media,
like.
yeah. Like these days, no, back then, now we're talking like we're old and stuff. Hey, we're not that old, chill. The thing is, back then, we used to have role models. You say, oh, who do you want to be like? Oh, I look up to Bill Gates. I look up to Oprah Winfrey. I look up to, you know, that like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. No, but these days, yo, kids have different idols like that they look up to, and it could be one 22-year-old girl in somewhere in Thailand or in Bangkok that
Creating
creates content, and that's the role model. Like, yeah, that's the role model. So how do you get to control that? I think that's why I would think that having less family, like less people that you can oversee, that you can actually build up to become responsible people in society, would be better than having. It's not about having 3, 4, 5 wives. Yeah, obviously you can have that, but how do you intend to build that family in the way that you think would be beneficial to the society around you or something?
I think we should start with an ideal size. So I have a question for you. What's an ideal family like to you?
1 man, 1 woman. That's what I think.
And how many kids?
How many kids?
22?
Yo, are we trying to run the Manchester City or something?
We need side players aside the first 11.
Sneaky kids.
Sneaky kids. Oh my goodness.
No.
Sneaky kids. So it's like, in case you don't like one, you're like, okay, yo, just get in line. You're about to be replaced.
I do think, I mean, it depends on what people want, but personally, I would say 2 kids.
2 kids.
Maximum.
Oh, that's fair.
2 kids.
I think I'll go for the same as well. A boy, a girl,
Yeah.
and 1 woman. No sneaky links.
What is 1 woman for sure, no sneaky links. Yeah, we don't do sneaky links around here though. But personally, I would really love to have a daughter. I want to raise a girl.
Really?
I want to raise a girl.
Why?
I would really love to raise a girl because I feel like the society these days, the way, I'm not like casting anything on parenting or anything, right? I think the way girls are being raised sometimes, they are raised to not be opinionated. I mean, not being opinionated like overtly, but being able to have a stand, being able to say, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to get.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that as well.
Most times, the girls I come up to, or the ladies I come up to, are quite timid, a bit timid, a bit like, I mean, I get the whole point that when they say in Africa, a man should lead, obviously. Okay, great, right? But that doesn't make the lady a dummy.
Yeah.
That anything the man does or says is final. You have no opinion.
It takes a lot of extra education to make a woman, like the girl child, stand out compared to the boys, where the boys are like, okay, go out, do something, make out life for yourself, start up something, discover, invent something and all of that. And basically, a lot of parents think, okay, the girl child is just going to be a supportive wife. Yeah, like she could be all of that too.
Yeah, she could be all of that and still supportive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just limit her to be
or have a supportive husband.
I want to be a supportive husband, by the way. I want to be a house husband. I don't want to work.
In case you're watching this and you need a very supportive husband, please, the number to call is 053.
Yeah, because I'm tired of this saying, "Oh, the man should." Hey,
He can be the stay-at-home
I
dad
want to
too.
be a stay-at-home dad. Thank you. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to be a stay-at-home dad?
It'll be cool, you know. I can cook, I can clean.
Yeah. What else do you need? So what's your own model of a modern day family, or what the family should be like?
I think basically everything you've described.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, more like an extension of myself. I like to portray my kids, carry out, like have my own values, standards, and even much more. Like the world is really getting more and more crazy. So like the world we grew up in no longer exists.
Now
It's a new thing altogether.
Okay.
So they're gonna have a hard time trying to like blend in with what's famous, what is acceptable by society, and what is true for them. So it takes a lot of mentoring, tutorship, and education outside of the normal things they get from the classroom. So virtually everything you just said, that would make an ideal family.
Yeah, and no sneaky links again.
No sneaky links, no sneaky kids.
No sneaky kids.
No one is going to show up 10 years later and be like, okay, your dad did this and that. And I'm your step brother. No way. You ain't any step sneaky kid.
Oh my God. You know what I learned? What they call side chicks in Zimbabwe. They call them small houses.
Small houses?
Yeah, small
Whoa.
houses. So it's like in Zimbabwe, when the man is married, that's the main wife. And then if he has someone outside, they call that person the small house. So I don't know what do you think must have informed that, calling people small houses?
So his house is the big house, and when he gets, you know, bored, he kind of like goes to the small house to chill. And comes back to the big house.
And then comes back, oh, I'm so tired today. Hey, bro, why are you tired?
Went to the small house to work out.
Guys, no sneaky links, no small houses, please. Stick to one. And so what would you say about the Kanayo's comments? What was your
Well, the world he grew up from no longer exists. Of course, we're still trying to keep in touch with our traditional roots and everything. But I think for a peaceful society,
what do you mean by for a peaceful society?
For a healthy idea of you know, family life, which is basically like the unit of what our society relies on. From families, we get to like culture and nurture people about their values, standards, principles, and all of that. Everyone has a family. From these families would emerge presidents, governors, mayors, rich people, and all whatnot. So the misfit of family is where you get to see people become what they actually were not supposed to be. Criminals, psychopaths, and all of that. If they had a good family, I think it wouldn't have been the case. So for a peaceful family again, for a peaceful coexistence of what society is going to be like, for a healthy and
wait. Are you in any way insinuating that women are problematic?
No, I'm just trying to say when they come together, that's when they become problematic.
So
but it's like, no, I ain't sharing my man with no one, man. Two girls.
Yeah.
Take a look, okay? Like, I love you ladies, okay? Trust me, got nothing against you and all of that. But if you notice, when girls come together, they really have issues about sharing things. From, like, if we were guys, no, we're guys, sorry.
Bro.
No, not what do you think. We're not
from Thailand, please. We're not from Thailand.
This is not a lady boy. All right, we're guys, okay? So let's say, for example, the weather is cold. He wouldn't mind me getting his jacket or sharing a pair of shoe or like something.
Like if we live in
it
the
doesn't
same
matter.
house,
We live in the same house.
Put on my shoe, I put on your shoe.
Hostel
really
and anything.
Yeah.
Like guys like actually share things in common. Like it's not a big deal. And it's like we make jokes about it and all of that. But I think lots of ladies have a hard time sharing things in common. They make out lots of problems because of those things, like from your wig to your makeup. So sharing things is a problem. So imagine sharing a human being. That's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
It's really hard. How do we decide who keeps the larger share? Do I have him on the weekends, or do you have him on the weekdays?
That's a good thing.
On special days, do I get to keep
Isn't
him?
that a good? Isn't that a good problem for the man though?
Uh,
The man is like, anyway, decide on your own and then let me know.
that's why if you talk to people from lots of polygamous homes, they really had a hard time growing up.
Yeah.
Lots of problems. You're literally born into chaos. Your step brothers and sisters are like the enemies that never did anything, but you just get to, like, keep the bond of enmity because their mom was not good to your mom, so their grandmother is not cool with your own. So it's a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone would love that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's been quite an interesting conversation. Thanks for your insight.
Let us know what you think in the comment section.
Yeah, let us know. Do you think Africans should go back to their roots of having 2-3 wives? Do you think the other lady said it's good to be a side chick, right? Is it a profitable thing? Is it good business?
You know what randomly came to my mind too.
What?
You also see of some ladies that would be like, okay, I can have like 2 or 3 husbands.
Yeah, that lady's
It's
like
gonna
that.
be like, okay, so would you like to be a side husband?
What are the benefits?
So you're gonna be the second husband, and you have these are your roles and duties, and you don't have to work. Okay, just reproduce. Oh, sorry, no. I just didn't say that. Just take care of the home.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in to this episode. Going forward, we're going to try to bring on different topics. Basically, we're discussing hot takes that people have, like what people just say, and you listen to certain people say things that are like, yo, what? But hey, we don't judge. We don't judge.
We listen, we don't judge.
So if you have your opinion, it's great. We appreciate you. Thank you for the way you think. All right, guys. Here's Collins.
Yeah, and this is the random guy.
Yeah, random
Chidi.
Chidi. Yeah. All right. Catch you all later. Right. Bye.
Peace out.
I hope they're sitting the record, though.